Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and Moghome. We're up in Moghome, and as you may recall, there are Moogle chores. Gotta earn the trust of the Moogles in order to get them to help us, so let's get started. Moghan would test your trustworthiness with a trial.
Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist of Moghome, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck three sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Isle Tome. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo.
I'll try my best. Let's go do that. Technically, we probably could grab all 3 Mog chore quests and just do them all at once, but whatever. We'll do them one by one. Good chance to explore. Ah, here's another one. And where's that third one hiding? For real, where are they hiding that last one? I have to be just like walking past it over and over and over. Yep, I was. It was just right here, behind a tree. Figures. Ain't that always the way? By the way, now that we're back here, now there's Moogles about. No longer hiding, and one of my favorite little details in the area, like every little settlement is going to have some NPCs that are there for being a basic shop, selling you some basic things, and another one that's good for like repairing your equipment and such. And here they have those too, but instead they call them the emptier of purses and the mender of sticks. And I find that just adorable. What a cute touch. Well, that's the first of my chores done. How's you guys' work coming? You look busy. The Fury take these ridiculous flying rodents. Going well, I see. Being a good sport. What about you? I did not expect our travels to bring us to a Moogle village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists somewhere within the Twelveswood. Now I wonder that too. I'm actually not sure. There should be one.
Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know.
Well, here you go. Lack of imagination has led to the most white flowers found growing in the skybound regions of Dravania and Abalathia to be named after clouds, this light-petaled specimen being no exception.
Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, sir? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I am your Moogle, Kupo.
I appreciate that. Ooh, a lance for me. Lovely. I'll have to get myself all fashioned up with that later. For now, though, more Moogle chores. How are yours going? So exceedingly fluffy. I understand. They have this effect. And this one's doing a little sing, and they're having a little dance. Too cute. Mogmug would test your trustworthiness with a trial.
Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you have ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. They look as if they might just gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, sir, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar.
Happy to help. Any thoughts? Just as their cousins in the Twelveswood, these Moghome Moogles excel in the manipulation of ether. There are few who could detect them if they chose not to be detected. Warrior of Light, we've not spoken since the trouble with good King Mogmug, and I would proffer my apologies. Had I not been bound by my duty to protect the Elder Seedseer, I would have stood with you against your accusers in Ul'dah. Oh, that's kind of nice. Cute little detail if you just stop to talk to a random NPC. I owe the Elder Seedseer my life. My duty to protect her surpasses all other concerns. Fair enough. I will handle these chores alone. I believe these are probably the Archaeosaurs in question. Let us handle business. Oh, jeez. Let us handle business simultaneously alongside another person. Yeah. Another pair of persons. I don't know who's helping who more in this case, but happy to assist. How many? Goodness, there's so many. There we go. I choose to believe we've completed the task. Chore number 2 complete. I hope you Moogles are paying attention. I'm doing a great job.
You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful. You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration.
I have found that as well. Do I want any of this? Not especially. Eh. Whatever. Chore done. Who's next? You. Mogwin. Do you have chores? Mogwin would test your trustworthiness with a trial.
Mogwin's the name and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Moghome who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Moghome.
I shall seek your colorful pebble. Artiste. Moghome, have you seen a pebble? Colorful.
Mogwin's missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful.
Goodness. Strong art opinions here in Moghome.
Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day. If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying around to spend on such luxuries?
I don't even know. Strongly divided opinions on art here in Moghome. None of them helpful.
I don't know much about this stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Somal's summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there.
Oh, is this a back way? Maybe I should try this out. See where it leads. Anything? Oh, hi, Moogles. Yeah, I love these little floating dandelion tufts and everything. It's adorable. I don't know if this is the location I'm looking for, though. You know, now that I actually checked the quest description, my next task is to speak to Mogwin.
Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. Ahem. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself.
You got it, and I'm guessing I'm gonna try the back way. It does appear this is the correct direction, generally. You see, what a pretty area. Gorgeous when you can actually get a clear day. Pebbles. Painted stone. Perfect. I have obtained the Moogle masterpiece. Fantastic. Good news, Mogwin.
Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe?
Yes, art retrieved. An ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. what that color represents. However, you cannot discern from any angle.
Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, sir. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed.
I think we're earning some Moogle trust around here. Now, what do I want? You know what? A fun thing you can do is you can check the look of these in advance to see if you, like the way these things look. I feel like, if memory serves, the White Mage staff has a very fun look to— oh, yeah. Can't really increase the size of this. Guess I can zoom in. Look at that staff. I just want that for the collection. It's too good. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. That I will. Your Honor, I await judgment. Chieftain Moglin is ready to pass judgment on your trial performance.
Durman, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly.
Can do. Good news, squad. We need to gather. Are these trials over, then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let's hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Sounds good. I don't even know what we would do with Kupo nuts. I guess exchange them for goods and services up here. How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our host seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could overleap a caracal lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Durman. I like not this place. Yeah, I had a feeling you wouldn't. Everyone else, let's see. Standing here in Moghome, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Mogmug XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we've discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. You and me both. I feel like I could have just shouted for everyone to come here. But this is more fun. What sorcery is this that my heart should stir at mere fluffiness? Durman, I was... No matter, what is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let's not keep him waiting then. Oh dear. So confused.
We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin's finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I better flutter over him to see him then.
Please do. I'll be right behind you. All right, Chieftain. Give us your worst. Or best, preferably.
Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands.
And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain?
Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Oh dear. The horn! Bring out the horn! Quickly now! We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moghan may have sat on it, so we needed some more time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot.
We are in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr.
Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of,
Your concern is appreciated, but I'm quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive at his lair. Come, we've squandered enough time already. I mean, he's not entirely wrong. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the roots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky.
Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds.
I would love to do that, thank you. All right. Great. Good. Oh, hello.
Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn's fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo?
I think I agree. Oh, more? Moghan is ready to lead you out of Moghome. Oh, I mean, I can show myself out, but...
Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart.
Alrighty. Alphino? I didn't go anywhere. How did you lose me? It will not be long now, Hraesvelgr. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways. Shall we? Let's do. Thoughtful of you. Ever the diplomat. Alphino, Derman, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Moogles might have never been revealed to us. 'Twas we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplo Kop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did.
It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home.
And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Thanks for the help. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. He did seem a little grumpy, come to think of it. All right, let's go find Moghan. Here we are. Hey, team. Everyone ready to... Goodness. Stormy out. Everyone ready to depart? The closer we come to Hraesvelgr, the higher my spirits rise. But is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva? Huh. Hadn't even thought about that. We've tarried over long. Let's forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury. So hey, how are you feeling? Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us. Risible? It's probably risible. I don't know what the word means now that I think about it. Probably something mean.
Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go.
Fantastic. Moghan has volunteered to lead you to Zenith.
As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgr's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo.
We'll be careful. And I'm high level, so they'll ignore me. Off we go. Bit of a hike ahead. Oh. Well, I suppose high level won't get me out of fights if there's purple. It will get me out of them faster, though. Like so. There we are. Several draconic interruptions later, I believe we've arrived at Asa. Or what remains of it. Hey, team. The histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious. Most curious. Do you see that sculpture to the south and the west of here? I'm all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva. Which one? South and west. Sculpture. Now I'm curious, which one are you talking about? I cannot find whatever it is she's talking about. If I ever spot it later, I'll point it out. Never would I have believed that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Dravania is not as I imagined it.
Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual.
Probably not great for us, but maybe not unexpected. Moghan seems fretful about the weather.
We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down.
Very well. Let's go find this clearing. Bitey dragons notwithstanding, it is rather peaceful. Ooh, love the little glowing spiral crystal tree thing. So many fun little points of interest in this map. The fates make mock of us, to be so close. And now the very elements conspire to delay our meeting with Hraesvelgr. I must be patient. How's your patience doing? Who can say when the weather will turn? I have a mind to make camp. Practical.
This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then we might as well make ourselves comfortable.
If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire's in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Are you getting used to roughing it? Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alphino whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Derman. See that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We'll have the camp ready by the time you return. Okay. Probably not a bad idea. Alphino. Don't get eaten, please. You're the only member of our party who can stop bickering for 10 seconds, long enough to be a diplomat. Ah! Big! The firewood chops back out here. Bud, you over here? Nope, nope, nope. More firewood. Knock it off. Have you seen Alphino? Hey, there you are. I mean, you're not the quest objective right now, but there you are. Leave the firewood to me. I will, now that all the things trying to eat you, the literal trees trying to eat you, are cleared out. Firewood out here is no joke. Job's done. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. That sounds good. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Huh, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with a kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to a cell with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they've been taught to believe. 'Twas only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey's taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alphino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here, amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we're now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hand resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself. Orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. See, this is the Final Fantasy XIV that I started really falling in love with. And Heavensward is really where it just starts coming into its own. I don't even know. It's like there's some good style that's starting to pop up. Worth adding to the collection, you know? What's this one for? Bard's Machine? Sure, why not? Well then. I trust you're well rested, Dermot? Good. If we're to parley with Hraesvelgr, we shall each have need of the full complement of our wits. We must succeed in winning Hraesvelgr to our cause. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Whenever you're ready, warrior of light, full eager am I to gaze upon this great worm. I am as well, but I think a lot's gonna start happening once we start doing, if I remember right. So you know what, let's go ahead and call it a little early today. And, let us save that momentous occasion for Friday. I will see you all for that. Take care until then, and goodbye!